Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cyrus the Great. I'm a king who rules in Persia, and I would never say this about myself because of my extreme humbleness, but I'm freaking awesome, amazing, and perfect in every way possible. Also, I promote peace and equality for my own people, so... Anyway, moving on to the point, I thought today that we could do a little Q&A, you know? Get on that YouTube grind. Anyway, King Tut from ancient Egypt asked, how did geography affect the development and or maintenance of the empire? What innovations were made because of their geography? Now that is a very good question. Thank you for asking. Well, unlike earlier civilizations, more specifically, the River Valley civilizations, they had, well...
Rivers. And
rivers equals water. Duh. Now we get to the point that Persia did not belong in that category because, well, it's a freaking desert. It's dry, it's barren, they have no water, and believe it or not, in order to, function as a society, you kind of
need water.
So, they had their own underground water system that they made. They had aqueducts. They're so high-tech that they even had pottery crocks to purify this water. That's
crazy.
Am I right or am I right? Wrapping up this question, I just want to mention one more famous thing that, we're famous for, which is the Royal Road. The Royal Road is an ancient highway organized by the Persian king Cyrus the Great. Just like to make a note that not as great as me. It's just, a little title he has, so. Darius built the road to facilitate rapid communication throughout his very large empire from Susa to Sardis. If you don't get that comparison, it's stretched as long as
1,677 miles.
I know, crazy. To sum up, we are very smart people who made a fudging desert into a land of plenty. But we're mainly nomadic people, actually. And that leads us to, our next question. I Love Mesopotamia asked, what did the social pyramid hierarchy look like? What social classes existed? How did rulers keep their subjects at every level loyal to them? How did they keep peace among them? And what were some ways in which people were unified? Well, that's quite a mouthful, so I'm going to go bullet by bullet point to clear things up and make life easier for me and for you. So number 1, this is the first ranking in the hierarchy, the Persian social hierarchy, which is king and the royal family. This was the highest power holder social class in the ancient Persian social hierarchy. King was at the top, and then came the royal family. Most of the royal family was somehow related to the king by blood, but in ancient Persia, some kids were also adopted by the king as their sons, and so they became part of the royal family. No dir. The second ranking is priests. A priest is a person authorized to perform the sacred rituals of a religion, especially as a mediatory agent between humans and, God or gods. They could sometimes even outrank the king when it came to the gods or gods. Wait, the god or gods of Persia. The third ranking is aristocracy. This level incorporated group of small people who were like the famous people. These council members were used to be advisors of the king and helped guide him efficiently for a smooth running of the kingdom. Whoa, my camera just shook. It shook it. Is that slang, y'all, modern keeps use. Sorry. Okay, the fourth rank is military people. Being a part of the military was considered a huge honor factor for the Persian people. So next in the ancient Persian social hierarchy is the group of people from Persian military. These people and their families were provided with special benefits and honor by the Persian government. The fourth ranking is traders. This class belonged to the group of business persons who trade, goods. They traded goods, and that's what traders are. Great explanation. Okay, the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The sixth ranking is craftsmen. This was a class of people who were skilled manual workers who specialized in making functional and decorative art pieces, including clothing, furniture, sculpture, household items, tools, machines, and jewelry. And then it was peasants. These were people who belonged to traditional class of farmers, either laborers or owners of small farms. And then the very bottom of the hierarchy is slaves. These were the lowest level people in ancient Persian social hierarchy, and they were forced to lead a poor, miserable life. They possessed 0 rights of their own and least amount of privileges. Hey guys, so I just want to say that this is where I come in. I freed the Jews. I freed the enslaved Jews in my city, and don't want to brag, but it made some people pretty happy, so I have a special guest here with me. All right, okay, just go sit.
I go now?
Yeah.
I'm a Jew. King, thank you for saving me. King Cyrus.
Stop. Don't laugh. I am forever grateful.
I am forever grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are beautiful.
No.
And now say that you really look up to me and that I'm better than Michael Jackson.
You know what? I'm done.
No, it's not. Now, these are the social classes / ranks. These were the rules that society followed by. And people trust in the system. At least those who have. These were the rules that society followed by. And people trust in the system. At least those who have the freedom to did. They called their leaders blank the Great even, and it worked a goodish amount. The government worked a goodish amount. Now, this is where I want to explain where I come in.
Cyrus the Great.
Alright, moving on. Hey, it's your boy, River Valley Peasant, asks,
What did the government look like? Who was in charge? How were people chosen to work in the government? What were their major laws? How did they make sure that people were following the rules? What would the punishments be for people who broke them?
and wow, you guys have super detailed and long questions. It's like I'm doing a history assignment or something. Our government system is pretty sophisticated. At least, I think so. Persia is led by kings. Duh. Men work and women actually work.
Based on how do you say, it's not the best way to say, but their skill level, I guess. It's
obviously abide by the rules, but it's not hard when you have an
Amazing figure ruling you, so.
You can't even see that I'm twirling any hair. That's great. As you can tell from the social pyramid, priests come right after kings. We are religious people and we put our trust in them. Now, let me explain something
I'm not so proud of.
These are a few and not the worst punishment for breaking laws. It's about to get real dark in here, so warning. One of the worst deaths you could suffer in ancient Persia was suffocation by ashes. It was a punishment reserved for the worst criminals, those guilty of high treason or offense against the gods. And it was horrifying. The Persians kept a 23-meter tall, 75-foot hollow tower that was filled with nothing but ashes and wheels. At the top was a sliding platform, and the criminal would be taken to it, thrown in. He would plummet down to the center of the tower. The fall would likely break a few bones, but the ashes would keep him alive long enough to suffer a more slower, more brutal death that they had planned. The executioners would turn the wheels, and then outside would put them into motion, swirling the ashes around to force them into the convict's nose and mouth. He would inhale them, suffocating on burning ashes until he died. Yeah. A more specific case is when a Persian judge named, we're just gonna say Sis because I can't pronounce his name. I'll put it here. Look at my editing. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're calling him Sis. Now, back to the black and white. A more specific case is when a Persian judge named Sis was caught accepting a bride. King Darius was determined to make an example out of him. He was going to be sure that Sis's replacement didn't make the same mistake. Sis was killed, but that was just the start. After his throat had been slit, Darius had the executioners flay off every inch of his skin and make them into strips of human leather. Then he had them sewn together and they made a chair out of it.
A chair.
And they made the replacement of Sis to sit on that chair so that he may never accept a bride. What's even more about this? What's even more terrible about this? The replacement was Sis's son, and he had to sit on a chair made of his father's own flesh. There are more punishments like this.
Pouring molten gold down your throat, tearing people apart with trees, crushing servants' head with stones, forcing people to eat their own children, letting insects eat you alive, and celebrating the slaughter of your people as a holiday.
Persia's great. You guys so much for watching. Sorry it ended so abruptly. I can't go over a certain time limit. Please subscribe and goodbye.